Every nation likes to tell a clean story about its birth: legal institutions, honest growth, orderly markets. But some countries were not built by clean money. They were built by money that was illegal, unregulated, and officially denied. This is the story of a nation whose early economic growth depended on shadow finance, money that governments condemned publicly and relied on privately. Welcome to Econ Noir. It began during a period of desperation. The country was young, unstable, and economically isolated. Foreign investment was scarce, official exports were limited, and the national currency barely inspired confidence beyond its borders. On paper, the economy was failing. In reality, something else was happening. Across borders, through informal networks and hidden channels, illegal money was flowing in. Smuggling profits, untaxed trade revenues, unrecorded foreign currency. None of it appeared in official statistics. None of it passed through regulated banks, but all of it fueled growth. Markets expanded, construction accelerated. Jobs appeared where budgets said they shouldn't exist. The government denied everything. Official speeches spoke of discipline and reform. Behind closed doors, officials quietly adjusted policies to avoid disrupting the flow, because stopping the illegal money would have meant stopping the economy itself. Entire industries grew dependent on this shadow finance. Importers paid suppliers with untraceable funds. Manufacturers relied on unofficial credit networks. Workers were paid in cash that technically didn't exist. To ordinary citizens, life was improving. Wages rose, goods became available, cities expanded. Few asked where the money came from, fewer still wanted to know. Economists watching from the outside were confused. Growth didn't match trade data. Employment didn't align with investment figures. The numbers refused to make sense. That was because half the economy was invisible. Over time, illegal money stopped being a temporary solution and became structural. Laws were written vaguely enough to allow exceptions. Enforcement focused on small offenders, never on major flows. The shadow economy wasn't fighting the state tit, was supporting it. But illegal money carries a cost. It cannot be taxed reliably. It cannot be regulated safely. And it reshapes power quietly. Those who controlled the flows gained influence. Those outside the network were locked out of opportunity. Corruption followed not as a failure, but as a lubricant. As the nation stabilized and sought legitimacy, the same money that built it became a liability. Foreign partners demanded transparency. Investors demanded compliance. International institutions demanded reform. Suddenly, the shadow finance that once saved the economy threatened to expose it. Crackdowns began. Accounts were frozen. Borders tightened. Cash flows slowed. And growth faltered almost immediately. Factories closed. Unemployment rose. Projects stalled halfway to completion. The country faced an uncomfortable truth. Its economic success had been real, but its foundation was illegal. Transitioning to a clean system proved harder than anyone expected. You cannot erase an invisible economy without consequences. You cannot criminalize survival retroactively. Years later, official histories tell a different story. They speak of smart reforms and strategic development. They omit the years when unregulated money kept the lights on and wages paid. But history leaves clues. In infrastructure built too fast, in industries that appeared before regulations existed, in wealth that never passed through banks, this is the uncomfortable reality of dark economics. Sometimes nations grow, not because systems work, but because rules are quietly ignored. The illegal money that built this nation did not make it strong, it made it dependent. And when the shadow finally retreated, the economy was forced to stand on foundations it had never tested. You've been watching Econ Noir. And remember, in economics, legality and survival are not always the same thing. But every shortcut leaves a shadow, and every shadow leaves a trail.